There are lots of opportunities for grants out there, but you just have to be on the hunt for them. So right now we have several water quality and resilient grants that are in the hopper through the state of Florida. So Walton County is looking at potentially applying for some of those to help leverage some funding for Walton County to implement some of our stormwater projects. Every grant's a little bit different. Some can be a lot more lengthy than others. State grants are usually anywhere from submittal date to acceptance and award, anywhere from 6 to 9 months typically for issuance of that award. So you need to have some forethought in what projects you're wanting to propose. You have to have the planning done. You have to look for whether or not you have match funding in play. So it's valuable to have some forethought. So there's a lot of opportunities out there. Recently, both county staff and the commissioners had some forethought in having a 5-year plan for some of our stormwater projects, which has been so beneficial to any kind of grant administration and applications, because what we have is we have a plan for doing projects within a set period of time. You're going to ultimately budget for those particular projects. But if you have the opportunity to apply for a grant that can leverage those funds, then you have savings on the back end that can be applied to another project further down the road. So it makes it very nice and complementary to all the efforts that are going on in Walton County. The application deadline is at the end of June. The projects that we select will be a part of that 5-year plan. We'll look at probably year 2 or year 3, so that we're not going into next year's funding specifically, but it kind of tees up with when the grant funding would come to fruition. Grants are essential for leveraging and using taxpayers' dollars wisely, right? Most grants are taxpayers' dollars, whether they're state grants or they're federal grants. If they are government-based, they are taxpayers' dollars. But what you're doing is you're taking the state funding and you're taking federal funding and you're leveraging it with that local dollar, and you're spreading it further. So that is huge for implementation of projects, because most people are on a budget, right? So you want to make sure that you are using all your money as wisely as possible. So there are some opportunities where you can leverage some grants with other grants. So most federal grants you cannot leverage with another federal grant. However, say you have some state funding, you can leverage a federal dollar with that state dollar and implement projects as well. Throughout my tenure here at Walton County, we have applied for quite a few grants. I think total, we're over $20 million in grants in the last 10 years that I just would apply for, but that's only my department alone. There's so many other departments that have applied for grants and brought in money to Walton County. So there's a lot of leveraging going on for many different aspects of county function. So with that, we were able to do lots of projects that we weren't able to put into the regular budget right away. This allowed us to implement some of those.